You are listening to 5 Minute Feng Shui podcast episode 193, Ways to Manifest Goals and Desires Faster. Welcome to the 5 Minute Feng Shui podcast, where each week I talk about how to move energy and make money. You'll learn how to create a prosperous home and an abundant life using classical Chinese Feng Shui. I'm your host, Katie Weber, publisher of the Red Lotus Letter, Feng Shui Easing for Wealth. Each week, I'll cover Feng Shui topics that can help you improve your life, share inspiring stories, and always end with 3 easy-to-implement Feng Shui tips that you can put to work right away, and usually in about 5 minutes. Now let's get started on the 5 minutes that could change your life. Hello there, my beautiful Feng Shui friend. Today I am in Amsterdam as you listen to this. It is something that I planned with Tim way back in February. Here we are in the end of the month of September and enjoying a wonderful 2-week vacation. You know, that is something that fuels me. When I plan vacations and getaways, I do that early in the year because it keeps my mind focused on something I want to do, something enjoyable. If we have to walk behind a carrot, pulling that wagon, why not make it a carrot that we enjoy the view, right? This is one of the things I'm going to be talking about today because I want you to manifest your goals and desires faster and easier. And I'm going to talk about exactly the way you can do that. Now, I do this every year. Tim and I make our plans. I make my own plans, even outside of him. Many of them include him, though. And this is one of the key ways that I find that I can bring them about. In addition to making those new moon wishes every month at the beginning of the new moon, just after the new moon becomes a new moon, that is optimal time for making wishes and making your desires come true. And so is setting forth things like writing down your goals, creating a vision board, putting out in the world what you want and how you want your year to go. I am always reminded of that old saw, no one planned to fail, they failed to plan. And even when money was tight, even when I didn't think I had an option, I made goals, I made plans, I wrote down my wishes and my objectives. And what's interesting to me is how often those things happened when I wanted them to and when I made the effort to write them down. That's really one of the key things. I'm going to talk about that. But here's what I want to say is you've got to make a plan. And even if you don't know how it's going to work out, you have to just trust that once you put it out there and you stick it out there and you stake a claim into what you want, you can make it happen. I am living proof of that. I am staying at a really beautiful, luxurious hotel in Amsterdam as you're listening to this. And it's all because I stuck my flag in the ground and made a plan for it. And fortunately, we did it early enough that we got amazing deals on travel. And so, there again is another reason why you want to plan. Now, I'm not against spontaneity. That spontaneity is a great thing, but I'm a big believer that when you want something to happen, you gotta plan for it. So let's dive on in and talk about manifesting your goals and desires quicker, faster, easier. So let's talk about it. There's lots of ways to go about it. The first and most direct way, though, is to take action. Action is critical. But what about when you're forming your idea? How do you manifest your heart's desire faster, more easily, and more importantly, more exact to what you want? You use Feng Shui. Well, that's the answer, isn't it? I always think it is. Feng Shui is more than moving chairs around and adding flowers to your dining room table. Feng Shui can be applied to your car, your wardrobe, your jewelry choices, and yes, even toward the things you desire most. Yet using it is just so simple. But understanding how it works and why it works quickly is definitively a Feng Shui concept. So what are we talking about? We're talking about qi or energy, whether that's in the room and how you arrange your furniture, or it's your own personal chi. It can all be changed. I always say that chi flows where the eye goes. This is why when you enter a house that has a wide picture window or a door opposite the entryway, your eye and your home's energy goes right out the window or the door and takes your money with it. So for the homeowner with that view daily, their energy goes out the door or the window with their vision, and they can often have lower finances, difficulty making progress in lives, or having health problems. Your vision is key to changing, adapting, and manifesting feng shui. In my private Facebook group, we just did a 5-day money challenge a couple weeks ago, and it was a really big eye-opener for a lot of folks because it made them put down on paper and made them see where their beliefs are, where their financial life is. We did wheels. We did, if you've ever done one of those life wheels where you shade in an area to show how your life works and what your satisfaction is with life. We did worksheets and checklists, and we checked in with what everyone's feelings were about money and what their beliefs were about money and where they were about money. And seeing it in black and white is powerful. And this is where change begins. It's all in your eyes. Your eyes are the fire element. So, so important. Let's just talk about some simple feng shui too, like decluttering. You have to see the clutter removed to feel the effect. When you see clutter gone, you feel how great it feels. And when you think of clutter or see clutter, you feel sort of depressed, right? It pushes down your energy. When you think about clutter being gone, it's not just the physical space that the clutter took up that's removed. It's the visual space in your home that's opened up. And we take in that open space and the room to grow that comes with it through our eyes. When we unburden our eyes, we unburden our hearts. Likewise, when we delight our eyes, we delight our hearts. I believe that you are here not to endure life, but to live it, to enjoy it, to revel in it, to have a lovely experience. That's what life is about. And I want to help you get that. And I want your heart to be plugged in. I really do think you can die of a broken heart. You can die of disappointment. And it's not one like a lightning bolt. It's just a drip by drip sort of loss of desire, loss of your life through feeling like you're stuck in a rut. I want you to think about how your heart leaps when a bouquet of flowers is delivered to your home, or when you walk in the house and it's been freshly painted or redecorated or cleaned. In feng shui, the eyes and the heart are connected. The element of both your eyes and your heart is the fire element. It's also the symbol of success. Your heart is associated, and the fire element is associated with those material gains, like a new car, a beautiful piece of jewelry or clothing, a wonderful vacation. It's the connection of your eyes, your heart, and your brain, though, that help you. That's the trinity right there that helps you manifest your desires. So let's talk about how you can make those desires and dreams happen faster and easier. Well, as I've said, you've got to write it down. Even if you don't think it's going to be possible, even if you don't know how it's going to be possible, it doesn't matter. What do you want? Write out your cosmic wish list. Putting your dearest wishes on paper amounts to creating a map for yourself. A desire that's not written down only lives in your head. It's not anywhere, right? It's just not anywhere. Putting it on paper can instantly quadruple your likelihood of achieving it. So making it visual is the next step to making it real. So I'm a big believer. When you see your handwriting, your hand connects to your eyes, which connects to your heart, which connects to your brain, and you write it down on a piece of paper. I want a swimming pool. And yes, I want a swimming pool. We don't have a swimming pool at our house, and I want one, and we're getting it. Period. Do I know exactly how that's going to happen? No, but there, I have put a flag in the ground of the swimming pool. Yes, it's on a little floaty, but that's okay. You get the point. Now let's talk about making your wishes visual. Visual images imprint on your heart. We've all heard that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and we know that's true because you can see a picture and instantly understand things. Your eyes take images straight to your heart. When you use an image for your goals and your desires, you place that image on your heart, and the heart wants and goes after what the heart sees and what the heart feels. When you see something, you get a feeling for it. And when you see your wishes that you want, your desires, and you can kind of imagine it. So for instance, I'm going to take a picture of my house, and then I'm going to put it on a piece of paper, and I'm going to put exactly where I want the swimming pool to go. And I'm going to get a picture of a swimming pool. I'm going to put it on the picture of my house. So I can see a picture of my house with a swimming pool. Do you get what I'm trying to show you? Is to make it as real as you can. Train that hand, eye, heart, and brain connection. There's a lot of discussion in teaching circles about eye-hand coordination. And I know, Susan, that you're listening to that. I know Susan Stargirl is one of my favorite folks, and she's one of the experts on my private Facebook group. She's been a great client, a friend, and a follower for a very long time. And let me tell you, she's a teacher who works with special needs kids. And so she knows all about all those teaching things and eye-hand coordination. If you get those eyes and hands working together, man, then you've got educational magic. That's because this is a magic connection. When the hand writes, it makes an imprint on the brain. Then your eye sees it, and that makes an imprint on your heart. And when the heart, eyes and emotion, and brain, hand and thought, are aligned, magic happens. This is why vision boards are so powerful, and why anything you truly want needs to have words and images to help you manifest it. And your hands need to work on it. Write it out, cut it out, paste it up, get it there. Now let's talk about your hand-to-heart connection or circuit. When you feel your desires, this is a critical piece of that sort of manifestation puzzle. Look at your desires and goals that you've written on paper or on your vision board and hold your hand to your heart. Observe your words. Observe those images. Say the words, feel the images. When you do this, you're in effect energetically what engineers teach about electricity, and that is you are completing a circuit. For electricity to work, there must be a continuous loop or flow of energy. If there's a break along any of the circuits, energy doesn't flow and won't come to a light bulb, for instance. This is also true for manifesting our desires. We have to complete that circuit of eyes, heart, and mind. This follows concept of chi. When there's an interruption or a block of chi, they're like an oddly placed chair, or you walk into the room and you have to step over things or move around, something that's sticking awkwardly out, chi is going to be interrupted. And chi needs to work like a smooth flowing river. And your manifesting chi works the same way. It has to be smooth, flowing, uninterrupted. So when you link your hand, your heart, and eyes together to keep this continuous loop of energy by holding your hand over your heart when you look at your desires, your wish list, or your vision board, you are creating an energetic circuit. And let me tell you, I want you to understand the role of electricity. You know, we come alive because the heart has an electrical part of it. There is a piece of electric work in ourselves, our being. That's why we can apply the paddles to somebody who is having a heart attack to restart their heart. It's interesting. Electricity, it makes the heart pump. It makes the heart stay alive. It brings the heart back. So put on pictures that are so meaningful to you and words that are meaningful to you. Now let's talk about experiential wishing. So when we go and we think and we look and we shop and we want something new, especially if we want a new dress or a new shirt, we go shop for it, right? So think about going shopping for a new handbag or a bicycle. You go to the bike shop, you test out the bike, you try the shoes on, you admire how they look on you. This is a way of connecting that whole circuit. You're putting the shoe on, you're bending over, you're putting it on your foot, you're looking at it in the mirror, you're feeling how it feels on you. This is another way of linking your eyes and heart together for your dreams, is to experience it. So now let's talk about taking that up another notch, another level. Do you want a new car? Go test drive it. You want to move? Look at a new apartment. Visit open houses in a neighborhood you like. You don't have to know how you're going to do it. You don't have to figure it out. Once you are clear on what you want, the universe wants to deliver it to you. But you need to know what you want. You've got to be very, very clear. And once you put the energy out there, the fire for that item begins burning for you, becomes electrified, and helps you achieve what you want faster. Now, let's talk about a different way of wishing. And this is called antithetical wishing. There are two types of wishes, the pleasure and the pain wish. What uncomfortable thing are you tolerating or you're avoiding? Sometimes our goals need to go backward. Rather than focusing on a pleasure like a swimming pool or a new house, we should focus on our pains instead, because maybe the pain is creating problems for us. Like maybe you've got an extra 40 pounds on you and it's hurting your knees and it's painful. You want to lose weight, right? I'd say instead, rather than focusing on the pleasure, I want to wear a size 8, maybe focus on I desire my knees to feel good. I desire to feel good in my body. I easily release the need to eat after 8 p.m. or whatever it is that you are feeling that pain from. Sometimes getting rid of the pain and the difficulties in our lives helps us achieve the pleasure we want. So if there's something, and this is something that I learned years ago from a very famous motivational type of person who said, usually in life, there's one thing that's blocking you, one thing that's stopping you from getting what you want. For many people, that stoppage is maybe a relationship that's not working out. Maybe it is you need to have surgery. You've got a bunion and it's killing you and you can't go exercise. So then you put on some extra weight. That's what we're talking about. Before you can move on and have that thing that you want or to achieve something, you've got to get rid of something that is drawing your energy away from having a full and complete life so that you can start moving forward and getting those things that you want. I hope that that's made a little bit of sense to you. Make sure that you try to look at the thing that is causing you pain and what would make it easier for you to live and have the things that you want by getting rid of the thing and moving past that thing that is holding you back. Your heart will thank you. All right, well, there we go. I need to go and get ready, pack my bags, and head to the airport in the morning. In the meantime, I'm going to go out and have a really nice dinner after I finish packing. But I do want to leave you with 3 tips on creating and manifesting the types of dreams and images and visions and goals that you want in your life. Number 1 is you have to make your goals real. You have to see them. You have to see them in writing. You have to see them in images. And that's because you want to create the heart and eye connection. When you connect the heart and the eye, that's when you have some magic. The other magic is putting your hand into it. Cut out those pictures for a vision board. It's fun. It is fun to do a vision board. I think it's a blast. And then you can feel those images. That's tip number 2. Make sure that you create a picture of exactly what you want. And you do that by cutting words out, cutting out images, putting that on a vision board. And lastly, tip number 3 is if you find that you're having a hard time manifesting things that you want to happen, maybe a new car, move to a new house, but you've got a thing that's holding you back. Maybe it's a pain in your life. It could be maybe you've got a trauma that you've gone through and you can't get past that. Well, you can't move forward in pleasure into something new that you want if you can't move past the pain. So resolve to get that pain, whatever it is, handled so that you can move forward. Because as long as there's something that is pulling your energy away from you, it's hard to push energy to go forward. All right, have a fantastic day. Thanks for listening. And if you meet a goal, send me a note. I'd love to hear about it. The other, could you please leave me a review wherever you listen to 5 Minute Feng Shui? Take care. Have a great week. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of 5-Minute Feng Shui. If you did, please be sure to share this episode with your friends on social media, and let's change the world one home at a time. For more Feng Shui information and inspiration, sign up for my free weekly Feng Shui Easy. Just drop by redlotusletter.com to sign up, and I'll be in your inbox every Wednesday. And if you like this episode, I'd love it if you left a review on iTunes. If you do, send me the screenshot of your review to katie@redlotusletter.com with iTunes review in the subject line, and I'll send you a free gift as my thank you. I'll see you next week on the next episode of 5-Minute Feng Shui.